We start with breaking news out of Harlem. Police are investigating the death of a 4-year-old boy there. Fox 5's Lisa Evers joins us live in Harlem. And Lisa, I know you've been talking to your sources. What are they telling you?
Robert, right now my police sources are telling me that the mother of this 4-year-old boy is being questioned by police. Now we're going to show you what's happening live here. These are police officers from the emergency service unit armed with heavy equipment going into the apartment building where paramedics responded last night just before 8 o'clock to a 911 call from the boy's father of the child being unresponsive and unconscious. Now when the paramedics arrived here last night at about 8 o'clock, they were able to keep the boy alive. They rushed him to Harlem Hospital, which is just about 9 blocks away from here, straight down Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard. And they were able to keep him alive until about 5:50 this morning. Sources say that that child appeared to be undernourished as well. But we won't know really what happened and what was the cause of death until the medical examiner concludes their investigation. So here's what some residents told us earlier this morning.
What's scary to me, the bigger thing, is that this kid lost life and not many people knew or ever seen this kid. That's strange. Like, and I know this neighborhood, and I know most of the little kids. They come to my office to get books and toys and things like that. And I don't know what the kid looks like, but I'm just surprised that I don't know the mother to have had a kid. And it seems like no one here knows her to have had a kid.
Yeah, now it's horrible. And I'm just like hoping, like, it don't matter if I know the kid or not. Like, anybody that loses a child, period, like, that's horrible.
Now, this is one of those neighborhoods where people have lived here for many, many years, where a lot of the residents know each other. So for that resident to say that she wasn't aware that a child was there, well, that's just one of the questions that we have about what's going on here. Now, my police sources with direct knowledge of the investigation say that it is standard procedure for them to question a parent at the precinct after a situation like this. But they are clear that the 911 call was made by the father. Not sure if he lived there with the child and with the mother. It's also not clear why at this particular point in time, this many hours after the boy was found unconscious in that 6th-floor apartment, that the NYPD's emergency service unit, which is used mostly in hostage cases and difficult cases, cases that are beyond the scope of the local precinct to handle, why they would show up here with the heavy equipment that you just saw going into that particular apartment. So they had a battering ram, they had shields to protect them in case of any gunfire that may come their way. So there's a lot more to this story. And the biggest step right now, the next step is going to be, what were those emergency service unit detectives looking for in that apartment? Why did they need to go in there with a battering ram? And the other question that we're going to be following closely is, what did the medical examiner find? Why did that little boy, he was able to survive being unconscious from about 8 o'clock last night till almost 6 o'clock this morning at the hospital when his poor little body just gave out? We're not sure why. We're not sure what injuries, if any, he may have had, but we'll have the latest for you throughout the day on fox5ny.com, as well as my social media, and we'll have a full report for you coming up on the Fox 5 News at 5. We're live in Harlem. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Robert, back to you.
Lisa, we know you're following it throughout the day. Thank you so much for that.